We've got Darren Middleton from Powderfinger, Kram, the powerhouse from Spiderbait, and Davey Lane from UMI, and I'm Mark and I'm from Jet. So we're all pretty well-established bands. We've all been mates for a very long time, and we've just become, what started as a bit of a laugh has become a pretty serious side project for all of us.
Were you surprised at how well you all played and fit in together musically?
Yeah, because it's not always necessarily something that you can bank on. It doesn't matter that you're all from well-known, successful bands. Like, there's some alchemy that you need to work together. And it really does. And it's fun also to go off and play with other people. You always liken it to being on school camp. You know, you're used to playing with your normal band, but this is a good fun thing we do every year. And people love it. And we've, sold nearly 100,000 tickets to all our shows over the last 5 or 6 years. So it's been great. And it's something that every year we challenge ourselves with a new record to do. And we learn those albums inside out and get really forensic on them. So what we deliver is as close to sitting there and listening to the album as you can get performed. Like, we'll use the same guitars, same amps, same drums, a lot of the same effects, and just get it as close as we can, almost like a classical music kind of recital, like we don't embellish, we play things as you would hear them on the album, from start to finish.
You set yourselves a very difficult task, because this year you've chosen Wish You Were Here, The Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, Wish You Were Here and Dark Side of the Moon is a bit of an undertaking, yes, but we always like to challenge ourselves, and it keeps us sharp. This is the first time we've ever done 2 albums in one night. So we would normally do one album, then a selection of sort of our favourite songs of that particular artist. Last year we did Led Zeppelin 4. That was a really great show, very challenging, obviously, because they're all virtuosic. Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here are 2 very technical albums with a lot going on, more than just 4 people on stage. So we've got a few extra players coming along with us. We'll perform every little moment of those songs on stage, whether it's the synth songs on the run. We don't use any backing tracks or anything like that. It's all, we perform every single part on stage.
So suffice to say, a whole lot of rehearsal time's gone into this.
Yeah, well, you know what? We actually tend to spend a lot of time working on our particular parts and our particular jobs aside, and then we meet up for maybe 3 or 4 days and really hone. Everyone shows up knowing exactly what they're doing, and then we really hone the show in the rehearsal room for 4 days, and then we hit the road.
So you've said in the past you've got huge reaction.
It's growing year on year. The first one we did was Abbey Road, which was an undertaking in itself. That was the first thing we did. And we've done Neil Young's Harvest. We've done Let It Be.
What's been the most challenging one to date?
I mean, as a bass player, playing Abbey Road live was tricky, because those bass lines Paul McCartney played on those records were not designed to be played live. They were designed to be sat down in a studio. He was never going to play them live, so they're very hard, very detailed and nuanced.
I look at you all, see the love that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see it needs sweeping. Still my guitar gently weeps.
As far as pure chops and getting your skill levels up was Led Zeppelin 4 for sure. That, like, last year was very tricky. Everyone in Led Zeppelin's a virtuoso, so we had to kind of learn all those parts and deliver them properly. And the thing is, you're playing for people who know those records back to front and have probably been listening to that particular record getting ready for the show. So they know, they'll hear every little thing you get right, and everything if you make a mistake or you don't do something quite like the record, some of those people in there will know. They'll pick you, they'll know. So we make sure we play everything spot on.
I love that you really undertake to faithfully reproduce the exact same sound.
It's a part of the appeal to us, that we can go and play a different different music every year. You know, with your own band, you end up playing a similar amount of similar songs all the time. Whereas this, we can tailor it, and we've all said this independently, that how much it helps as a musician to do this every year, even as an exercise, you know, to learn an entire other person's inhabit their kind of style, and you end up learning something from what you do every year. You end up learning some little tricks or ideas. Oh, you can go from that chord to that chord like that. I wouldn't have thought, like, you know, because you're kind of doing, like, we'll do research we'll watch old videos of the bands playing just to see how certain things are done, and we get pretty nerdy on it, probably extra nerdy on it, you know, like we don't probably need to get as nerdy, but, you know, like I said, it's part of the fun for us.
Yeah, you're all perfectionists. It's awesome. Now, how much time would go into learning those albums?
I mean, I've already started. The shows aren't till August, but I sort of just start kicking around. Like whenever I'm sitting around just noodling, I'll start learning or listening, you know, like at the gym, I'll start putting on, you know, those records and just sort of remember. I mean, I know them pretty well already, but just, you put them on and you just, you know, you start noticing little things you've never noticed before. So yeah, that's sort of, we've all got different processes. I like to get started early and be like really precisely locked in by the time. I like that feeling of being very well prepared. Some of us can be a bit, you know, Davey probably, he's very busy always, so he can also learn things extremely fast.
Would I be right in saying that you kind of eat, sleep and breathe it until you're performing it?
Every year when you look at your Spotify, it tells you what you've listened to mostly that year. As the record we've done that year is like the thing you've listened to the most, because you're preparing, listening to it all, referencing it and stuff like that.
So it must be a very long show if you're doing the 2 albums this time.
Yeah, so we'll do. Yeah, I mean, the show's probably about the same length as always, but we do probably up there. We do the first album, and then we'll have an intermission, and then we'll do the second album, and then we'll probably come back and play a handful of other songs as an encore. But that's how we normally do it. We'll go and do the first album, then we'll have a 20-minute interval, and then we'll come back and we'll play another 50 to an hour of other songs after that. So it's all us up there. There's no support bands or anything. It's just us up there playing. So it's a lot of information to retain, and you know, like I think that, you know, we probably play about upwards, you know, 30 or 40 songs a night. So it's a lot to remember and to know, but you know, that's our job. That's what we're good at, you know, so it's okay.
Absolutely. Well, you're traveling right throughout Australia, which is fabulous. You're not missing out on anybody, hitting all the big cities.
Yep.
Tickets are already on sale, I believe.
They are on sale, yeah, through livenation.com.au.
Mark, congratulations. You've had a sensational career so far with Jet, and this venture with the Australian Rock Collective is just setting you guys apart completely. We can't wait to see you out there doing this album.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Any idea what's coming up for next year yet?
No, when we generally tend to think about what we're going to do next year during this tour. So someone will come up with an idea for next year, and then we'll be away doing that.
All the very best with it. I won't say good luck because it doesn't sound like you're going to need any of that.
Thanks. Cheers.
All the best, Mark. Bye.